Hello, everyone. My name is Irene Marks. I'm a bilingual writer and I write in English and Portuguese. So I have several books published in Portugal and Canada. And today I'm going to read from Daria. Daria is my latest novel published by Nana Publications. So Daria is really about the life of Daria, a young woman who immigrates from Portugal to Canada, Toronto specifically. But the novel is also about many other characters. So it moves between the life of Daria and then the life of many other people. It's transtemporal and transnational in character, so it moves between Canada, Mozambique, Cape Verde, and Portugal. It spans between the 16th century and the 21st century. And so this novel falls under the label of historical magic realism, so it mixes fact and fiction. I'm going to read a section from a letter written by António de Oliveira Salazar, who is the Portuguese dictator running Portugal between the early 1930s and the late 1960s. So he's writing a letter to his cousin who is in Tarrafal, Cape Verde. He's the chief of the prison in Tarrafal. Tarrafal is the prison where all the communists and the anti-colonial African combatants, or anyone who is anti-colonial and wants to end the Portuguese colonialism, is kept and imprisoned and punished. So I'm going to read a section of a letter from there. My dear cousin Arsenio, it is with love and tenderness that I write you this letter, and it is also with a great urgency that I come to tell you of the things that are happening here in the metropolis, things that make me fear that our great nation has reached the brink of doom. There are many people who want to destroy us, and I'm even afraid of those who claim to be our friends, like the Americans and the British. It seems to me that everyone is looking after their own interests. They want the base in the Azores to attack the Axis. They also want to stop our trade with the Germans, a trade we need very much for fuel. We sell the Germans wolfram and they give us coal. As much as I want to stay neutral in this ugly war and avoid the massacre of my brothers and sisters, I still have to run my country and save my empire. I never forget that I have to work very hard because I'm poor and the son of the poor. I'm being pulled from everywhere and by many, with many strings of many kinds. I even fear the Allies' connections with the communists, those red devils who are infiltrating our provinces in Africa, bringing arms and irrational ideas to our darker brothers and sisters. I feel pulled into many directions all at once. I'm never certain of the nature of the wind pulling me, but I do know that we do not have much time to save the nation from all of those who have an eye on it. The Americans even want to bring Coca-Cola into our nation to spoil our serenity and make us drunkards of modernity. Can you believe that? I want to preserve the bittersweet taste of our Vimieiro wine. I want to keep my garden with its beautiful wild flowers and the naked granite rocks that served as our seat in our childhood. The other day, I received a letter from an American impresario asking permission to introduce the drink into our nation. He sent me a sample in a nice glass bottle that had the shape of a woman's body and wrote, "This drink, sir, is the drink of the future of all nations, cool, brown, and with a zesty taste. This drink, sir, is the best invention since the invention of electricity, and it will make many countries rich." I tasted it and I could not stand its sweet, biting, gassy feel on my gustative glands. I spit it out right away on the floor of my office. This is how I replied to the ignorant and audacious impresario. "Dear Mr. Anderson, you do not understand my nation, nor do you understand my own temperament. You should know that, above all, I detest modernism and its avant-garde daughter, damsel efficiency, with whom you Americans are so in love. I tremble with fear and raging disgust at the idea that your large, loud, clumsy, and unattractive trucks would invade at high velocity our old cities, changing as they pass the sacred rhythm of our secular habits. We have a long history, sir, a very long history, a history of commanders-in-chief and discoverers. As long as I live, sir, I will not allow your second-rate, mass-produced junk into my nation. As long as I live, sir. But the other day I had a gentle visitor from America, a certain rabbi by the name of Solomon Lepine, dropped by to thank me and my people for the help that we have provided to the Jews by making Lisbon a city that welcomes them, a place where they can safely live or just pass through en route to the Americas. He took my hand and thanked me profusely, calling me his brother. At that point, I could not help myself. I pulled up my sleeve and said, Rabbi Solomon Lepine, see these veins? Here runs real Jewish blood from my great-great-great-grandmother, Caterina de Coimbra. We looked at each other with tears in our eyes, and we hugged in a tight embrace, staying intertwined for a long while, mourning the ashes of the brothers and sisters alienated by that damned Hitler. I'm going to stop here, but the letter continues with many other juicy details. Thank you.